I remember the moment I held the envelope from the lawyer, the brass keys cold in my hand. His words echoed in the silent room. "Now it's yours." I wanted to sell it immediately, to erase the shadow of a man who had ruled my life with rules I didn't understand. But curiosity rooted me to the spot. I needed to see it for myself. The road to the farm was quiet, winding through fields that had always been off-limits. He never wanted me there. "It's too far," he said. "It's not for you." I never questioned him. Love had taught me obedience. Or maybe fear had. I pushed open the creaking gate, half expecting the place to be abandoned. Instead, the farmhouse stood pristine, almost theatrical, as if frozen in time. The front door resisted my hand, then swung open, revealing the dustless, untouched interior. I stopped, my breath caught. Inside, there was a room tucked away behind the main hall. The door was slightly ajar. Light spilled onto a desk, papers neatly stacked, photographs pinned in perfect order. And there he was. Well, not him, not alive, but evidence of everything he hid. Bills, letters, maps. Maps of accounts I had never touched, of properties I had never seen. And, most damning, letters addressed to another woman. Names, dates, meetings. My chest tightened. I had suspected him before. The late nights on business calls, the sudden silences, the unexplained withdrawals from our accounts. But seeing it, arranged so deliberately, almost elegantly, it was a betrayal carved into paper. Anger flared, but I swallowed it. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I planned. Weeks passed. I traced his finances, learned the extent of his secrets. I found shell companies, transfers, hidden accounts. He had spent years building a world I didn't belong to, a world he thought I would never touch. He was meticulous, but meticulousness has a flaw. It's predictable. I waited. I studied. Every person connected to him became a thread. Lawyers, accountants, his so-called friends. I pulled quietly at each one, planting seeds of doubt, nudging them toward truth without ever touching suspicion. I became the shadow he never feared, the whisper behind the curtain. And then I struck. Legally, financially, socially. I reclaimed everything he thought he controlled. I executed his will differently, ensuring his empire crumbled in the most public, undeniable way. Friends who had laughed at my ignorance suddenly looked to me with respect, even fear. I wasn't just surviving. I was commanding the ruins of his world. But the farm remained. I hadn't touched it yet. I needed the final scene, the one he had denied me for years. I entered again, the keys cold in my palm. And there, in the very room that had betrayed him to me first, I staged my quiet triumph. I left the letters where they belonged, neatly displayed on the desk. But I added one more, a note of my own, precise, pointed. "You underestimated me. I never needed your permission." Then I walked out, closing the door behind me with deliberate care. The farm, once a symbol of his power, became my monument of victory. I drove away without looking back. Relief was not a burst of joy. It was a slow, deliberate exhale. Every plan, every calculation, every silent hour of observation had led to this. I had taken what was mine and returned it to the world in a way he could never reclaim. I never felt satisfaction in revenge until it was executed with precision, without anger clouding my judgment. It was silent, it was controlled, it was complete. And in that silence, I realized the man who had tried to control me, who had built his life on lies and secrecy, was finally powerless. The farm, the accounts, the empire, mine now. But more importantly, I was free. Free from his rules, free from his lies, free from the fear that had once ruled me. I didn't just inherit property, I inherited my own strength. And nothing could ever take that away.